Hey, good evening, Facebook family. It's been 10 days and I'm back. Yay, I know you missed me. I'm so glad to be back. I had my birthday last week. I celebrated 58 years of presence on this planet. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I truly, truly appreciated all of them. And so I'm back tonight doing another live video. And today I'm going to talk about something that's been on my heart and my mind all day. And I live in Toledo, Ohio, and I live in an older neighborhood. It's a neighborhood that I grew up in. And two things were on my mind this morning as I was driving my daughter to school. The first one was this morning early on Facebook, I saw an article, a video about gentrification and how it affects predominantly black neighborhoods or predominantly poor neighborhoods. And then the other thing is a quote that I was reading from a book that I've been reading that I've been sharing with you, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And basically what he says is that, people don't know the difference between assets and liabilities, and they don't understand that their house is a liability and not an asset. And he also talks about the fact that you can miss an opportunity to create assets by owning a house. Now, the interesting thing about that is that made me feel two different kind of ways. I live in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and I see how it's deteriorating, and houses are just, like, if you go around the corner from me, there's a whole stretch of land that used to be like 4 or 5 houses, when this used to be a family neighborhood. Now, the interesting thing about the gentrification part is that this neighborhood at one time was predominantly white. Like a lot of older black neighborhoods, they were predominantly white, and then all the white people moved out, and then the black people moved in. And now, for me, it's interesting because I see houses that are beautiful that if they were anywhere else in Toledo, they'd be considered, my house that I live in is actually over 100 years old. So if it was in another neighborhood called the Old West End, it would be of value. The other thing I think about is in my lifetime, I've lost 2 houses. The first house is just 2 blocks, was actually 2 blocks from where I live now. And I lost that house through divorce. Okay. And then my second house, I ended up losing it because, one, I couldn't afford to keep up with the mortgage. It was during that housing bubble thing. And then the other thing is they would not give me a loan to repair the house, and it rained in the house. It actually physically rained in the house. So when I think about these two things together, and I think about what Robert Kiyosaki talks about, your assets and your house, and, it's better to have assets, and then buy a house. He even says at one point, when he wants a bigger house, he attains the assets first. So he acquires the assets so that the assets can pay for the house. So I think about all that, and I think about how I was taught growing up about houses and assets and how that whole system works. And so at this point, I'm just thinking that at my age, I'm learning something that I never learned before. I'm learning something that I wish my grandmother had known, because I'm sure if she'd known it, she would have taught me, So at this point, I just want you to think about, a house is an asset if you don't live in it. If you live in it, it's a liability. So that's just my brief talk for today. Once again, I'm back doing videos live. So I will be back here tomorrow sharing some more information. And I hope you saw some value here. If you gained some value from this little live talk, please share this out. I appreciate all the loves and likes. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the people that let me know they missed me while I was gone. I'm back sharing information again. Hopefully you gained something of value. And also, I am a member of a mastermind group, and we are doing a class that starts on Monday. So if you're interested in that class, please put it in the inbox, send me a message, let me know. Thanks for all the people that joined. I appreciate you so very much, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.